Okay, good morning. Welcome to Stretch Saturday. Let's get ourselves into position and make a start on this morning session. So this morning, we're just going to start by gently moving from side to side. Bring our arms up and down, all the way up and all the way down. Sit nicely, just big movements, nothing major. You want to cross your arms, you can do at the top and at the bottom. Just nice, big, gentle movements, warming the body up. Okay, from there, and we're going to move them, bring our arms in big circles, windmilling our arms round. Nice big circles. Stretch them as far forward as you can and as far back as you can. As you bring them forwards, feel your back squeeze together. Stretch. And as you bring them back, feel your back squeeze together. I'm going to reverse it and go the opposite direction. Same again. Stretch out in front of you and as far back and behind you as you can. Nice big circles. From there, we're now just going to do some circles with our shoulders. So pulling our shoulders all the way back. As we do, open up our chest and squeeze our shoulder blades together all the way around. Nice, big circular movements with our shoulders. Now the opposite way. Bring our shoulders forwards, rounding them. Nice, big movements coming forwards. Feeling your back open up and feeling your chest squeeze. Okay. And from that, we're just going to shrug our shoulders. Just bring our shoulders up to our ears, as close as we can get them. Then all the way up and all the way back down. Okay, bring our arms out to each side, so level with our shoulders. Put our thumbs up. And we're now going to do circles with our elbows. All the way around. Great big circles. So just at the elbow joints. And you should just feel the arms just going round. That's it. Nice big circles. And the opposite direction. Big circles going in the opposite direction. Still one. Nicely done. Now bring your arms out to the side, turn one palm up, and the palm that's turned up, push your body over to that side, bending at your hips. Then turn that hand over, turn the other hand up, so the other palm's up, push to that side, all the way across. Reverse your hands, and across again. We're going to keep going in that motion, try and keep them nice and fluid. Feet firmly planted on the floor, and just feel yourself bending from your hips and across, all the way over. Okay, bring ourselves back down. We're now going to move into our chest rotation. So bring our hands to our chest. We're going to twist all the way around to one side. So feel a stretch all the way from your hips to your armpits. Keep your feet solidly on the floor. Back to the center, and then twist in the opposite direction. Again, see how far around you can look behind you. Keep your feet solidly on the floor. And then twist back in the other direction. I'm going to keep twisting in each direction. Just feel that kind of stretch down your side. And then transfer, just switch to the other side. That's it. Nice, big, deep stretches down each side of your body. Going back to center. We're going to continue to move down. We're going to look at our hips. We're going to do some hip flicks. Flick our hips from side to side, left and right. Nice, big, positive movements. Just kind of moving our hips from side to side. It'd be remiss of me if I didn't remind you. This is the movement you need for righting your boat if you're in a canoe or a kayak, in your kayak, sorry. And from there, we're going to go into pelvic tilts. So again, just pushing your hips as far forward as you can go. And then pushing them as far backwards as you can go. Bending your body at your hips. So as far forwards and as far backwards. That's it. Try it. Squeeze as much as you can. as much bend your body as you can, and just a little bit more each time. Remember though, we're still on the warm up at this point. Okay, so now moving further down, we're going to go to our knees. So bring our feet together, our hands on our knees. We're going to do some big circles with our knees. So dropping our knees down, nice big circles in one direction, and then nice big circles in the other direction. So I end up doing 2 sets of circles all the way around. Take a note of what's clicking and crunching. Knees or ankles for me this morning. They're feeling rather clicky and rather crunchy. And again, as long as there's no pain, you're okay. Obviously, if we find any form of pain, we stop. We're going to move now down to our ankles. If you need to hold on to something, grab hold of something to stabilize yourself, so you're going to be on one foot. If not, you can use this as an exercise for balance as well. So we're going to bring one foot up, and we're going to circle our foot in one direction, all the way around. Nice big circles with our foot, and in the opposite direction. Nice big circles. Okay, now we're going to do the same on our other foot. Big circles around. That's it. And in the opposite direction. Okay. Moving back up, we're going to move to our hands. So on to the side, just flicking our wrists. Yep, it's a crazy day. You're writing all those reports, emails, etc. That's what it feels like. But palms facing us, palms up. Continue to flick our wrists. And palms back down. And palms up. Now bring our hands still and just bring them in big round circles. As far around as we can, and in the opposite direction. That feels weird. Nice big circles. Okay, elbows together, wrists together. Interlock our fingers. Well, roll our wrists. Roll our wrists all the way around. Try and roll as fast as you can. Yep. And slow it down. Nice and slow. Move our fingers across one finger. It's going to feel a bit weird. And then go in the opposite direction. Okay, so you can go a little bit faster. If you can't, don't worry. It'll be a quite weird feeling, that bilateral movement for us. Okay, now we're nice and warmed up. Let's move into our stretches. So as always, we're going to go through and do different muscle group stretching. I'm going to start off with our pectoral muscles. So our pectoral muscles are those that go across our chest. The origin point is at the sternum, that's the center of your chest, and they fan out across your chest and they anchor into your arm. So you can actually feel them if you squeeze your arm forwards, you can feel them just in your armpits and across the top of your chest. And they're used to push things away. So for us to stretch these out, what we need to do is take them in the opposite direction so they stretch. So if you have one hand across your chest, just pull your arm backwards, you should feel that stretch start across that muscle across your chest. For us to do this, we're going to find a support, an upright, like a wall, etc. We're going to bring our arm up to roughly around about shoulder height. Put your elbow against the wall or against your upright. Bring your nearest foot forwards. And we're looking to get ourselves into a position where we can feel that stretch across our chest. So for me, that's just leaning into it there. And I can feel the stretch. Once you've found the stretch, we're going to hold it. We're going to hold it for 15 seconds. And release. We're going to do it one more time, stretching in there. Just move that a little bit further if you can, a bit deeper stretch, and hold it for another 15 seconds. And release. Okay, we're going to do exactly the same on the other arm. We're going to bring the arm up against the wall. Foot nearest the wall goes forwards. We push and lean into it, find that stretch point and hold it for 15 seconds. And release. And then one more time. And pushing into it, just go that little bit deeper. Feel that stretch and hold it. And release. Okay, that's our chest now done. We're going to stick with a very similar motion, but we're now going to move on to our biceps. Remind ourselves our biceps, origin points on our shoulder, anchor points down by our elbow, allows us to raise our arm. So for us to be able to stretch our bicep, we need to push it into the opposite direction. So for this, we're going to set the heel of our hand. We're going to put it against the wall, so it's kind of flat. We're going to make sure we've turned our arms so the bicep is facing forwards. I want us to get ourselves into a very similar position as we did with our chest, but this time concentrate on that feeling in your arm, specifically in your bicep. So find that stretch point. So for me, that's there. I'm going to hold it for 15 seconds. And release. Okay, one more time. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Now I'm going to go on to the other arm. Exactly the same again. So heel against the wall. Foot nearest the wall goes forwards. Find that stretch point across your biceps. So your biceps turned forwards and hold it. Okay, and release. One more time. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay. From there, we're going to now turn our attention to the back of our arms. So our triceps, the muscle that goes down the back of our arms. The origin point of this is the shoulder again. Anchor point is down by our elbow. Allows us to extend our arm down. We're going to bring our arm up over the top of our head, grab hold of our elbow. I'm going to look to like pull it down our backs. Try and bring our hand as far down our back as we can. Now with it, we should feel that stretch going down our tricep. Need a little bit more of a stretch. Just bend slightly in the opposite direction. Find a stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, one more time. Then bring your elbow up. Grab hold of it. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, now we're going to go for the other arm. So bring the arm up over the top of our head. Grab hold of the elbow. Find our stretch point and hold it. And release. One more time. Find our stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay. So shake those out like that. Arms are now done. Now we're going to move onto our back. We've got two different movements we're going to do for our back. The first one is a bit like a diving movement, really. So we're going to bring our arms up above our head. We're going to pivot from our back, rounding our back, and bring our arms all the way down until we feel a stretch down the back. Once we've found that, hold it. Should be along the top of your back. and release. One more time. Stretch yourself up as high as you can go. Try and reach the ceiling and bring yourself down. All the way down. As far as you can. Feel a stretch and hold it. And release. Okay, that's stretch number one. Stretch number two, we're going to do something similar. We're going to do the sides of our body. So bring our arm up over our head, grab hold of our wrist, and then use that hand to pull our wrist down to the other side, bending as much as we can. Hold it. And release. One more time. Arm goes up. Other hand comes to grab hold of the wrist and pull ourselves up. Find the stretch point. Hold it. And release. Okay, the opposite direction. Arm goes up, then captures the wrist and pulls down the opposite direction. Pull. Same again. Arm goes up and goes to capture it. Pulls ourselves over. Check those out. Well, that's how our back's done. From there, we're going to move into our shoulders. Our shoulder stretch. Bring our arm across, keeping our shoulders down. And bring our arm across our body. We're going to grab it with our hand. Just going to pull gently on our shoulders so we can feel that stretch across the backs of our shoulders. And hold it. And release. And again, keep your arm nice and low, shoulders down, pull your arm across, and find the stretch point and hold it. Okay, moving to the other arm. So you keep that shoulder down, pull your arm across, and hold it. And release. One more time. Shoulder down, arm comes across, grab hold of it, pull, so you've got the stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, give that a bit of a shake. You need to grab a drink, grab a quick drink. Okay, now we're going to move down into our legs. So we're going to start off by stretching our quads. So that's the muscle that's origin points our hips, anchor points to our knee, and it allows us to straighten our leg. So basically it takes us that position. So for us to stretch it, we need to bend it more. Now you may want to hold on to something for this, because we're going to go onto one leg. I might want to use this as a way of being able to provide a little bit of a balance exercise as well. So what we're going to do is grab our foot, pull our heel towards our backside, and get it to stretch, feel that stretch down in front of your quads. If you're finding that that's not much of a stretch, you need a little bit more, just pull your body over slightly. You find it's going to stretch a little bit more and hold it. And release. It's interesting how the Apple reaction thing seems to see my shape of my body has been the thumbs down. Okay, it's not, it really is a good thumbs up. So again, capture our leg, heel to our bottom, find that stretch position and hold it. And release. And one more time, heel to the bottom, find that stretch position. Actually, we've done it twice. Okay, on to our next leg. So same again, so bring a heel to our bottom, find that stretch point, hold it, and release. Okay, one more time, heel to bottom, find your stretch point, and hold it, and release. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the backs of our legs. So looking at stretching out our hamstrings. That's the muscle that attaches to our backside and down to our knee and allows us to like pull our legs up. And also our calves. So that's the muscle down the backs of the lower part of our leg and allows us to have that kind of spring on our toes. So it kind of pushes our toes down. For this, we're going to do what's known as a runner's lunge. So I want you to step 1 foot forward, roughly about a foot step. I want us to pull our toes up towards our body. And with our rear leg, we're just going to bend our rear leg down. So let's going to feel the stretch down the back of our leading leg. With our hands, just put them above the knee, apply a little bit of pressure until you can feel that stretch down the backs of your legs. And hold it. Release. One more time into that position. Drop your weight down, pull your toes back, apply a little bit of pressure, and hold it. And release. Okay, now we're going to go with the other leg. Again, step it forwards, roughly about 1 walking step. Pull our toes up. Drop our weight down by bending our rear knee. Put our hands above our knee. Apply a little bit of pressure to feel that stretch and hold it. Release. One more time. Pull our toes up. Apply pressure and hold it. Feel that stretch. Okay, release. Okay. From there, we're going to head down to the ground. We're going to lay it on our back. We're going to do a series of stretches. It's really going to stretch across our chest, across our glutes. So we've got ourselves laid on our back. Bring our arms out. So we create like a T shape on the ground. Our arms are completely out to our sides, palms facing down. We want to try and keep our arms and palms on the ground as much as we can. And from here, we're going to take our right leg, lift it up, bring it over the top of our left leg, and then tuck our toes in just underneath our knee, or as close to underneath the knee as we can. Now we're going to continue to move our right knee down towards our left side, trying to keep our arms, our shoulders, our palms, etc. on the ground as far as we can. Now, for some people, that's not going to be very far, but some people can actually touch the ground at the other side. Not quite lucky enough to be able to do that quite yet. Once we've found our stretch point, we're going to hold it. And release. So bring our knee back up to the center. And leaving our toes of our right foot underneath our left knee. We're going to push our right knee down towards our left one more time. Find that stretch point and hold it. Release your leg down. Okay, now we're going to bring our left leg up. So our left leg, our left toes under the outside of our right knee. We're going to continue to push our left knee down to our right hand side. Okay, find that stretch point. Hold it. Again, keeping your arms, shoulders, and palms. Release. Back up to center. One more time. So with our left toes tucked under the outside of our right knee, we're going to continue to push our left knee down towards our right. Find that stretch point one more time. And hold it. Okay, release all the way back to center. Okay, let your legs go down. Okay, from there, we're going to slip over onto our fronts. Bring ourselves up into like a tabletop position. Hands underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips. From here, we're going to do some cat cows, or as David would say, some angry cat stretches, and then into some cow poses. So imagine you've got a piece of string that passes through your belly button. We're going to try and pull that piece of string up. So you can try and pull your belly button out of your back up to the ceiling. So really tuck yourself under, bring your head under, really round that back. Can you feel that? Okay. And from there, I'm going to pull that piece of string to pull our belly button down as close as we can get it to the ground, into our cow position. Looking up to the ceiling, our backside will be in the air, and your head will be in the air. Okay, and reverse it again, back to angry cat. So pulling our belly button up towards the ceiling, as far as you can. And then back into cow. Pulling it as far towards the ground as you can, looking up to the ceiling. Okay, and then into center. From here, we're going to do what my old physio indie guard used to say were called Superman poses, but I think it's more traditionally known as a bird dog. So your left leg is going to point back behind you, point your toes towards the wall behind you. Your right arm is going to come up and point towards the wall in front of you. I want you to try and stretch out to touch both walls. Stretch as far as you can. Try and feel your whole body stretch. Okay, release, bring him back down. Then we're going to go the opposite way. With your right leg, toes pointed out, and your left arm, fingers pointed forward. Really stretch yourself out. Make yourself as long as you possibly can be. Okay, bring those back down. One more time. So our left leg and our right arm, stretching out to really try and touch both sides of the room. Assuming you're in a bigger enough room. That's it. Nice and stretched. Then you come back down, left arm and right leg. Nice big stretch. That's it. Feel it nicely across your body. Okay. Okay, from there, we're going to push our backside backwards. So we're almost sat on our heels. Our hands are nice forwards. Mat. So you can feel this big stretch across our back as we move into a child's pose. Okay. And from there, going to snake forwards. So lower your elbows onto the ground. Bring your body as far forwards as you can so your hands are underneath your shoulders. And push your body up into a cobra, looking up at the ceiling. And then from there, back down to the ground, pushing our backside backwards. Keep your hands in position, back into our child's pose. Feel that stretch down our back. And one more time. We'll lower our elbows, bring ourselves forward until our shoulders are under our elbows, and push our body up into a cobra position. Okay, back into tabletop. I'm going to stand up. And that is the end of our Stretch Saturday for today. Hopefully you feel stretched out. Hopefully that'll will liven your day up as always. And because we're now stretching our muscles out, it means that we've got a way of being able to make them feel even better going forwards. If you add stretching into your routine, so as part of the beginning of your routine to warm yourself up, and at the end to kind of help them recover, you will find that your development will assist in your development, and hopefully it'll reduce a bit of that achiness and pain that kind of comes as well. Certainly, that's what I found over the years doing it for myself, and I found that with a lot of my clients, and hopefully you'll find it as well. Have an absolutely super Saturday, an amazing weekend, and look forward to seeing you on Monday for Upper Body Monday.